Let us start off with your background. If you could tell us your name and where you're from.
I'm Brother Nicholas Dragone. I am from Buffalo, New York.
Nice. And how did you meet the friars?
I have a very long history with the friars. Initially, I met the friars at my own parish. The friars of the St. Jerome province, in the Croatian province, staffed the parish where I went to church. I'm not Croatian, but the church was very close, nice, small, a very family-oriented church that my family was attracted to.
Yeah.
So I first was exposed to the friars at this parish. But I really met the friars when I went to St. Francis High School in Athol Springs, which the friars, Conventual Friars, own and staff.
Okay. That's interesting. And what was it that initially attracted you to the Conventual Franciscans?
The accessibility of the friars. That the friars were normal in the best sense of the word. That I felt, oh, they're living this really beautiful life of joy and acceptance. I was accepted by the friars, and I was given love and compassion and acceptance, and that attracted me to the people, the personalities of the friars, and the charism, certainly of Francis, the joy. I fell in love with the Canticle of the Creatures, this wonderful praise of creation, this beautiful hymn, really, to seeing beauty in all that God created and everything around him.
Wow. That's fantastic. Thank you. Now you live here at St. Bonaventure Friary in Forestville, Maryland. How would you describe a day in your life?
A day in my life is pretty packed, pretty busy. I'm a full-time student at the Catholic University of America. I'm a full-time double major in choral and instrumental music education. So my day begins at around 5:45 in the morning when I wake up and prepare for morning prayer and Mass, and I provide music for morning prayer and Mass, and then a little time for breakfast, and then we commute to school, and I'm at school all day, sometimes at school until the evening around 8 or 9, and then I come home and do a little bit of work, but try to recreate with my brothers here, and then start all over again.
Wow, it's definitely busy. Now, you spoke about music, you're studying music. What role would you say music plays in your life, and how does it, if you can put it in those words, how does it connect to your vocation, to your life as a Franciscan?
Music is an integral part of me. In many ways, I think music was my first love.
Yeah.
And as a young child, I began studying piano and just fell in love with everything about music and learning how to play the piano. Later, fell in love with playing pipe organ and subsequent instruments, and then even later singing. And so music for me, it's a part of my spirituality, definitely. And I think music takes on an even deeper meaning within the context of being a Franciscan friar. And that really music is my vocation as much as being a friar is. And they're really inseparable.
Yeah.
That I find here that I could be who I am. I could be a musician and a friar, and I bring my gifts in service of the friars. And so the music is not only my way to commune with God and my way to encounter God, but to invite others to encounter God. And performing means for musicians that we bring the best of what we have and share it. And that's what I do. We're living so passionately. We bring the best fruits of our passion and our pain and joy. And we bring that to God, and we share that. We invite others in to that beauty.
Yeah, because you're also a composer.
Mm-hmm.
Just today you played a piece and sang a piece that you actually composed, right? Yeah. What is it like to compose? To write these words? Have you been doing it long, or?
I started composing after. Really, I composed first during novitiate, when I had a little time to explore. And the first piece I ever composed was a piece, a Christmas. I set the Christmas proclamation to music, and so that was a good kind of. It wasn't a very deep piece for me. I was still exploring the different ways of composing, but the first piece that I really put my heart and soul was the prayer before the crucifix. And those are Francis's words.
Yeah.
And I really prayed with that text for a long time. And I memorized it in novitiate, and throughout my postulancy, that prayer had been circling in my mind.
Yeah.
So I knew, and it was important. I said, this is Francis's prayer, his dialogue even with Christ.
Yeah.
And so that prayer was important to me. And so I wrote this piece as a duet that Francis praying to Christ, Christ answering with the same words, and then Francis and Christ singing together, kind of to signify that I want to live, I want to witness the gospel, I want to live your life.
Yeah.
And so for me, composing really takes who you are and puts it in a tangible way.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I guess one other thing that we would like to know is, who are your greatest influences in life? People who inspired you, who helped you in your journey as a friar.
There are countless people who help and continue to help, who inspire me. Immediately in my life, certainly my family has loved me and supported me and instilled within me a desire to be a good person. And that was reflected in my family, my parents, my sisters. I saw what it meant to be a person of integrity and love and acceptance. So that's my immediate influence. And I knew some friars who also I saw, they were so joyous and loving. I suppose maybe celebrity influences. I've grown to love Mother Teresa.
Yeah.
And working with her sisters here in Washington, D.C. for a time, they really taught me a lot of humility. I remember one experience, there was a sister, and one of the residents at the hospice was really nasty towards this sister, and I was offended.
Yeah.
And this sister turned to me and she said, "Brother, we take them where they are." And that was some of the most important advice that I could learn, that you take people where they are, no matter who they are, what they've done, that they should encounter love and charity and peace in you. And so that's a beautiful witness from Mother Teresa. And so, of course, St. Francis, Mother Teresa echoes those gospel values.
Great. Thank you very much for chatting with me and for sharing your story.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.